It's time for Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by Adventure Cave Tours. Live a day in the life of a real adventurer with Adventure Cave Tours. Springfield Greene County Park Board, reminding you to go play. Blue Current, moving you forward since 1929. Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service. Call Southwest Missouri's best plumber today for a free estimate. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hey, happy Friday. We made it to the weekend, finally. Well, I mean, after work today, of course, but just a little bit longer to go. As you see, it's not Sarah and Ethan, it's Diana, the best. I know. Hi. I love having you. And Ethan's gone watching some March Madness, doing his thing. So thank you so much.
I told him
to up dark and early.
Hey, no problem. I told him to go easy on the slot machines and all that bidding. Just kidding.
You know, did you know that he lived out there for a long time? Like he went to UNLV and then started. Yeah. So he loves Las Vegas. And he's not a gambler, but it's funny because he's got quite a poker face. So I feel like he'd be a pretty darn good one. Just kidding. So, all right, we will get some news started. First off, more people are now charged in the shooting at the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl victory parade last month. Another adult is now charged with second-degree murder in the death of a radio personality who was shot in the crowd. Another teenager, a 15-year-old, is also charged with felonies in the shooting that left 25 people injured. So this now brings 3 adults, 3 juveniles, all charged in that shooting that police say began as an argument between 2 different groups.
Wow. Well, a fire station in Billings is vandalized again, and authorities are now looking for whoever did it. This has been an ongoing problem, and someone's been driving their car on the fire department's property, doing donuts in the gravel and the grass, which is a big no-no. The building also sustained damages from rocks that were thrown from the vehicles. This happened about 6 different times, and the department has already spent more than $1,000 to fix the damage. So cut it out,
darn
y'all.
Kids.
Cut
you
it
think
out.
It's kids? Maybe. Probably.
Mm.
Yeah. All right. The latest meeting about the controversial development proposed at Sunshine and National has been delayed. It's supposed to be last night, but not so much. It was postponed by the developers because both sides are awaiting a ruling from a judge on whether development can move forward. As you recall, some neighbors from the University Heights community are trying to block that development from going in, which has changed a few times to try to make some adaptations to the building. But now it is calling for pickleball courts and a food hall as part of that if it moves forward. But at this point, it is still an if.
It's like the never-ending story, that one.
It is interesting because all the other corners are developed.
Yeah.
So I do think that they have a challenge in front of him, the neighborhood group, that is.
Yeah.
Right. But I don't know, right? Because, I mean, it's a super busy intersection, but that's a historic neighborhood. I don't know. Lots to consider.
Yeah. Well, speaking of considerations, the April 2nd election is coming up in less than 2 weeks. So be thinking about who you're going to vote for. But now there is a second location for people to vote in person leading up to the municipal election. The new location is the Library Center on South Campbell, just down the road from me. And that's in addition to the Greene County Election Center on Boonville. So you will have to show an ID, of course, to vote.
Okay, it's coming up. Pet Supplies Plus is shuttering its location on West Battlefield. It'll close 1 week from tomorrow. So if you need pet supplies, maybe you can go get yourself a good deal. Pet Supplies Plus has 4 other stores in the Springfield area. That company is based in Michigan and has 600 stores total.
Sad to see, but
yeah.
The birthplace of Route 66 Festival is coming back to Springfield in August. And get this, the talent show is also coming back. Anyone 18 years old or older can enter. And the festival features a parade, a car show, concerts, and more starting Thursday, August 8th, which runs through Saturday the 10th.
We could put together a rendition, you know?
We could do karaoke. We could do something pretty amazing.
It's funny because some talent shows, like it reminds me of American Idol when there's like someone who's a terrible singer, but they believe they're good. Some of them know they're not good, you know?
Yeah.
But others, I'm like, why didn't your mom tell you before you were on national television? You know?
Well, maybe they did, and they just need to be proven wrong by an expert.
Right. That's true, actually. You know what? That could be true. Like sometimes kids don't receive it from their parents.
I'm just
They need someone
wondering
else to tell them.
what our number would be if we did something, Sarah. Like you running on a treadmill while singing karaoke. Like
yes, we could do our rendition of Africa by Toto.
That would be so fun. I'll play the bongos.
Ethan and I did it once, and it was actually hilarious. So you can be lead because he was lead, and I'll keep my backup part. And I just like lean into the microphone and do the like do 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 do. Oh man. Anyway, that's a good time. Route 66 Festival is fun. It's a fun one. Okay, moving on. It's not great news, but it's not terrible news, I guess. The Federal Reserve did not raise the interest rate this week, but it also didn't lower it. So stay the same, which makes it the 5th time in a row the interest rate did not change. But the Fed tells us to plan on 3 rate cuts, which would be nice coming this year.
Wow. I'm just glad I got my home interest rate what it was a couple years ago.
Yeah, you and me both. I mean, more than a couple for us, but yeah, I know that's a thing right now with people moving. And I mean, I'm not a real estate guy by any stretch, so talk to the experts, but I had a friend who was like, man, I don't want to move right now, even though I want to move right now,
Yeah, interest rates will do that to you. Well, Springfield's Harmony House is asking for donations of toilet paper. I guess they're in a big need for that. They have a shortage of the staple for its residents, and it's asking you to go to its Amazon wish list, which you can find at myharmonyhouse.org, and have toilet paper delivered to them. You can also drop off donations, but you do need to make an appointment to do that because Harmony House is a local domestic violence shelter.
Right. So you do not want to stop in unannounced.
No.
That's really cool, isn't it? That they can do the Amazon wish list. That makes it kind of easy for people.
For sure. And I just think it's interesting they're out of toilet paper. Like, it reminds me of COVID.
Right. Yeah. We were never short on toilet paper during COVID because Ethan bought in mass even before there was like a shortage of it because it was just on sale at Sam's Club one day.
Why does that not surprise me?
Exactly. Well, and then I remember thinking like, I should give this away. Like, what if my friends need it? So I'm like texting like my mom and my sister and, they were all set, but it was just funny.
That's good. Yeah. Yes. No, we got down to the wire for a moment and it was
Did you?
Everybody gets 2 squares, squares. Just kidding. Maybe they have to do that at Harmony House. Like you guys, it's only
I know. Yeah. This is a way that you can help. And the Amazon thing makes it super easy too. So
agreed.
All right. Starting today, it's the Ozark Empire Fairgrounds PRCA Pro Rodeo. Yes, the rodeo is in town. It is tonight and tomorrow at 8:00 at the new Wilson Logistics Arena at the Ozark Empire Fairgrounds. I think the doors, if you will, open at 6:45. So check it out. You can get tickets at ozarkempirefair.com. Are you a rodeo girl?
Oh, not typically, but we went to a rodeo last summer and it was so much fun. Did Ethan ever have it show you the video of mutton busting?
I have seen. No,
It is the funniest thing. We talked about it on when I filled in before, but mutton busting, it's where they put small children, they put a helmet on them and they put them on like a sheep. That just like once it off, their back and they have to like try to stay on as long as possible.
Yeah.
It's just the funniest thing. So there's like the pre-qualification round where they're usually, they try to get the good kids to show in the arena, that'll stay on. And they walk away with some good hardware. I mean, they get some good prizes. Right. So
that's hilarious. Yeah. So I've been to a rodeo. So I've seen it, but it's been a long, long time because I'm not a regular either, but I had a great time when I went. I was like,
so fun.
This is crazy and cool. I went, if you are a rodeoer in the audience, this is a name like from yesteryear, but one of my high school classmates, Matt Glover, went on to be an amazing man in rodeo, apparently.
Wow.
Who knew?
Did he stay on for 8 seconds?
I guess so. I guess he could stay on for 8 seconds, apparently. I mean, I'm from a tiny high school, so it was just funny because I was at my high school class reunion like several years ago, and they were like, yeah, like Matt went on and did awesome things in the rodeo. I was like, what? How did I miss that?
Awesome.
Anyway.
That's awesome. Well,
There you
speaking
go.
of other awesome things, this is pretty cool. Tomorrow, Saturday, is the 3rd annual Mama Jeans Women's Makers Market. That's a lot to say, but it's happening at the Mama Jeans location on Sunshine near 65, where the store takes the day to highlight women artists and makers from right here in the Ozarks. So they'll be selling their unique products and art during business hours tomorrow. So go support women-owned
Jeans.
businesses.
Yes.
Yeah.
And did you see that Mama Jean passed away? Did you see?
No.
The story? Yeah, I mean, it was a few days ago. We did it on the podcast, but it was a few days ago. I want to say she was 89 years old, but I had no idea. I'll have to send you the information because we've already done it here. But she started Mama Jeans in Ava, Missouri. I mean, it wasn't called Mama Jeans at that time, but she just was kind of I'll use the word pioneer, I think, in like healthy eating and just, I don't know, wellness, nutrition.
Wow.
And look at it now,
Huge.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, good for them that tomorrow is the event,
Yeah.
I love that. Okay. And then finally on Sunday, you can check out a documentary on the local man who was named Male Opera Singer of the Year by the International Opera Awards. Michael Spires from Mansfield is also the artistic director of the Ozarks Lyric Opera. The documentary is about his unique life. And he's like a homegrown boy, right? It's called An Overnight Success: The Crazy Life of an Opera Singer. Spires will be here to introduce the 2-hour film at 2:15 at the Galois. Doors open at 1:30, and you can get tickets for that at galoistheater.com. It's funny because there's a guy that I know who is related to him. I think he's his father-in-law. He would be his father-in-law. And what a cool thing to be that good at such a unique skill,
Yeah. And always be entertaining, like, let me sing the menu tonight or whatever. Not that they do that, but I mean, it's just such a talent. I mean,
yeah,
I would just be like,
maybe
I'm sorry,
they do. If I could
sing,
speak,
you have to
like an opera singer. Yeah, this is what I would do. Yeah, we will not listen to you unless it's in song.
Right. We will have spaghetti tonight.
You're funny.
I'm so angry at you.
Yes. Right. You have to fight using opera words. It's good.
That would be fun.
All right. Well, happy Friday. I'm so glad that you could be here. Thank you, Diana. And thanks everybody else for tuning in. Ethan will be back next week. And I don't know. I think that's it, right?
Yeah. Enjoy your weekend.
Anything else you can think of? Yeah. Happy weekend. That's about it.
Stay tuned to Around the Ozarks Facebook page for all the other fun things happening in the Ozarks.
I know. Yes. It is the best compilation, people. AroundTheOzarks.com. Check out the events calendar. It's so good.
Yeah.
So good. Okay. All right.
Bye.
See you later. Have a good one.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Scooters Coffee and Rescue Towing. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your Friday in the Ozarks. We've got temperatures that are really mild this morning. Temperatures starting out in the mid 40s. We're going to warm to about 70 degrees today, almost there anyway, upper 60s if you don't quite get there. That's going to be the case as we head into the course of the afternoon. We are looking at really nice conditions to stick around in the forecast, and I'm thinking we'll see high temperatures that are going to stay in the 60s for much of the weekend. Overall, my message to you today is that the weekend looks pretty mild. We're going to be dodging a couple of rain chances. One of those occurs this afternoon. And we've also got more rain building back into the forecast late in the weekend, but the weekend by no means a washout. You're going to be able to get outside. However, we have some winds to deal with again in the forecast. Those are going to arrive. It's kind of breezy today, and then we'll also have a gusty wind in the forecast as we head into Sunday and Monday of this week's forecast. Mild temperatures are in place, though. As I said, mid 40s. You don't need a big thick coat today. Just a light jacket would be just fine. We've got a warm start. Temperatures in the middle 40s. We are nowhere near the freezing point, so it looks pretty nice out the door early on today. I think the first half of the day is going to be pretty nice, and I am watching temperatures climb up to near 70 degrees. That happens just after the lunch hour. A cold front arrives, though, and that means our rain chance is going to increase. So it may be one of those days where we have a big range in temperatures from north to south across the viewing area. Once that cold front moves through, we'll see the north wind kick in. Could be a little bit breezy, but I'm not expecting anything too impressive with those shower chances. Overall, just light rain in the forecast. A few rumbles of thunder, it's possible, but really, I think that the thunderstorm chance is going to be kind of few and far between as we go through the course of the afternoon. It's unsettled, though, for much of the country. We've got heavy downpours happening down in the Gulf. We also have rain chances extending all the way through the southeastern portion of the country. Rain for the Ohio River Valley, much of the East Coast, and then snow showers, lake effect snow ongoing all the way across the northern tier of the country. And it looks pretty active on the West Coast too. So ending the work week on an active note here in the Ozarks. We've got nice mild weekend temperatures in store for you. It will be cooler though. On Saturday, I have sunshine and high temperatures that will climb just about to 60 degrees. In fact, there may even be a few places that stay in the 50s. That's because of a north breeze. It looks a little bit breezy on Saturday too, 10 to 20 miles an hour. And then I think we could see wind gusting to 30 miles an hour as we head into Sunday. That's, of course, out of head of our next best chance for rain that gets here on Sunday night, lasting through about Tuesday of next week. That time period looks pretty active for us here in the Ozarks. Around the country, I told you about a pair of snowmakers, the first of which is dropping snowfall from Montana to Maine. That's the snowfall kind of blanketing the northern tier of the country as we head into the end of the week and into the weekend. Round 2 impacts the upper Midwest, and this is going to happen early next week. This is actually the same storm system that's going to be bringing us a soaking downpour as we head into next week too. So all eyes on those two systems marching across the country. Almost everybody is affected in some way. For us in the Ozarks, it's going to result in some cooler temperatures and also rain chances for us, and maybe a good shot of rain as we head into the weekend and early part of next work week. All right, it's time for that Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister question. Here it is. This is the question that I left you with yesterday, a bit of history for you. Who was the first president to travel by airplane on official U.S. business? Not the first president to travel by airplane, but the first one to do it for official U.S. business. Do you think that was A, Franklin D. Roosevelt, B, Dwight D. Eisenhower, C, Calvin Coolidge, or D, Harry S. Truman? Well, today, if your guess was A, Franklin D. Roosevelt, you are correct. It was FDR in 1943. He became the first president to travel on official business by airplane, crossing the Atlantic by air. Roosevelt flew a Boeing 314 flying boat dubbed the Dixie Clipper to a World War II strategy meeting with Winston Churchill at Casablanca in North Africa. Now you know it was FDR. So congrats. If A was your guess, I hope you win the $20 gift card to Scooter's Coffee. We'll give away another one, though, with this question that I'll have for you answered on Monday. Here it is. Jenga. You know, Jenga is derived from a Swahili word that means what? Do you think it is A, to balance, B, to build, C, to destroy, or D, to stack? Let me know your guess. You can enter that at aroundtheozarks.com. No Googling. That takes all the fun out of our little game here. And we have a chance every single day on Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather to win. Thank you so much to our sponsors, Scooter's Coffee and Rescue Towing. Again, grab the umbrella with you today. Temperature's warm until that cold front gets here. We've got a front moving through. That's going to result in some afternoon rain chances. More rain chances arrive for us by the time we get to Sunday evening. And the weekend looks mild but breezy. So a little bit on the cool side. Temperatures tomorrow about 60 degrees for your Saturday. Numbers are likely going to be in the 60s again on Sunday with gusty winds.